Oh my lord, my friends. What a game of football tonight. What a game. What an advertisement for the Premier League. This was the Super Sunday game I have been waiting for God knows how long. An end-to-end game for the tackles, moments, two teams willing to try and win this game. It wasn't even about the tactics at times. It was about the players on the field winning their battles, coming up stronger against their opposition. And today, my friends, even though it could feel like 2 points have been dropped, I think in the context of a game like this, I think that's a very harsh thing to say. I do feel like we leave this game today with a ton of positives and hope for the future. I mean, for God's sake, after international break, we got Crystal and Kunku coming back, adding more quality, firepower and X-Factor to this team, alongside Romeo Lavia as well too. And the fact that in a game like this versus Man City, that we can go toe-to-toe throughout 90 minutes, show that desire and application. We were literally a goal down at every single moment during this game today so far, and we fought back. We rose against the adversity to come back in this game. I think there's a ton of amazing positives to take from this game that can hopefully take us forward into the future so we can start getting more points against what's set to be an easy run of games very, very soon. And today, my friends, I just leave here feeling just ecstatic. I feel energized, and I'm actually feeling a bit hopeful now that we could do something now as the season comes to its end. So my friends, if you're feeling excited by this game today, if you're feeling proud of the team, hit that like button. I get it, 2 points dropped, but I feel like this game showed us that there's a lot more fight to come from this team. To play against a team like Man City, Pochettino's first year team. We aren't even fully perfect right now in our understanding and cohesion on the field. And to show this type of promise where we step up in the big games. Arsenal, Liverpool, Spurs, and now Man City. These are the warning, the growing signs, the early signs that Pochettino is building a serious team. And the fact that we see some Chelsea spirit in the big games, my friends, is all I can ask for. So, as I said, hit that goddamn like button. Let's go crazy with it. And to get straight into things, it just feels like, where do I start with a game like this? There's so many moments, so many things to discuss. I mean, maybe I start from back to front today to keep things a bit different. Cole Jermaine Palmer. Of course, he had to have a moment today against Man City. He had to. When beautiful Broja, when he did that little pause then to sell the defender to win that penalty, I was like, you smart, intelligent man. You brilliant man to do something like that, Because once he won that penalty, I knew Cole Jermaine Palmer was not flopping or ruining that moment. Now, Man City tried to put pressure. Of course, you're seeing the big commotion, players pushing each other. Jackson getting his 7th yellow card of the season. Who cares? Moments like this, you can't pussy out. You need to stand out for your team, right? But Palmer, he was away from all the kerfuffle, all the noise behind him. He was only focused on where he was going to place that ball, and he opened his body up beautifully. Left foot short corner to make it 4-4. And against his former team too, I think that was a moment we felt like Palmer was set to have versus City today, and it was great to see, man. I'm not going to lie. I'm happy that we got something from this game, because when City made it 4-3, especially with how flipping Fugazi that deflected goal was, they got match winners everywhere. When you got Pep expects his DM to be a match winner too. Rodri's shots outside the box, the most unluckiest deflection of Silva, where I thought Silva had a very intelligent game versus Man City today. It was quite unfortunate in those regards. I'm not going to lie, I thought we were down and out and that was over. But I think throughout this game today, I just kept learning lessons about this team that maybe they don't necessarily know when the game is over. And they have that fight. They got that willpower to keep persevering and going through. And I think that's a great sign from a team that's still so young and hasn't had as much time playing together compared to a Man City that's had that consistency playing in their system now for years and years and years and years. But really, this was a game for former City players to make their mark. And for me, I'd probably say one of the most effective attacking players on the field tonight was Raheem Sterling. I thought Raheem had a great game for us. He had one of my favourite moments of the game. I can't believe I'm saying this, but when he absolutely just floored Phil Foden, one of the most comical two-footers I've seen for a while. It showed the application desire that Sterling was playing with today. He was running rings round Kyle Walker at times. His nice little skills when he's cutting inside, attacking the spaces between the lines, carrying us up the field, bringing that spark and quality. And it's for me, Mudryk, pay attention to this performance today, yeah? That's the level of quality you have to bring. Even when Mudryk came on in the second half, you're not seeing as many dribbles. You're not seeing him attacking the spaces as much. You're bringing what he should be bringing to the team. And I think that Raheem Sterling has been one of our most consistent attacking players this season. He stepped up big for us today. And he led by example by being that experienced figure in the team today, and I was very pleased with his performance. But you know what? I think one thing that still keeps coming to my mind is, the resolve we had to show today was the character of the team today. We had to show a lot of character. It'd be very easy to lose heart when you're going down in like particular moments in the game. I mean, for God's sake, City equalised right near the end of the first half, and they made it 3-2 right in the first minute or two of the second half. And I think for teams with weaker character, weaker mentals, more fearful, that don't have the confidence that they can get a result against Man City today, they're going to crumble. And I think that's the difference we have under Pochettino. Look how we started this game on the front foot. We're keeping possession of the ball, we're pushing men forward, we're committing men on the break, on the counter-attack. It wasn't like one of those like tactical close games that we've seen against Man City over recent years, where a lot of times we're looking to protect our spaces and nullify their game. This is a game Pochettino encouraged the team to go and show your quality, show that you can compete, show that you are good enough. And I like that forward, like that front-footed nature in which we played. And I think for a team like us, that is how you're going to inspire us into better things, right? As I was saying, conceding the equaliser at the end of the first half and then going 3-2 down at the start of the second half, I think weaker teams would have crumbled. And last season, we'd have lost this game 5-3 or 6-3 or something silly. But the fact that we reacted again in that second half, Nico Jackson got a little bit of unfair stick in the first half, as if like he should be, I don't know what people are expecting when you're playing the lone striker role against, 3 City defenders at times. I mean, let's be a bit realistic. Not many strikers are doing anything. He comes on, he gets a goal today, and you're thinking after the hat-trick he got against Spurs, that's 4 goals now in 2 games against 2 big opposition. And for a guy who is this young, we can't forget there's a lot more to come from him. A guy that hasn't even played more than 100 games throughout his career. He was playing B team for Villarreal last season, for God's sake. Like, the uprise we've seen in such a short time from a guy this inexperienced with this amount of goals right now and this amount of potential, we have to give this guy some patience, for God's sake, because there is a real player here in Nico Jackson, and I think more can come from him, To move on, I think I have to discuss one of the controversial moments of the game. A part of me is thinking, if it wasn't for Anthony Taylor giving away the softest penalty of the season to Erling Haaland, are we getting something more from this game? Because I look back at this moment so many goddamn times. I'm looking at the fact that there was no foul called for Caicedo and Reece, of course, getting fouled. And then I'm looking at Erling Haaland being the instigator to initially start the contact with Marc Cucurella. And then by the time Marc even touches him, Haaland is halfway down the ground. Now, on one hand, that is excellent centre forward play to win that moment. Drogba used to do that. Top centre forwards do that. I get it. That's the game. But for the referee to fall for something that bait and easy, in a moment of the game where we were the best, but the better team, and their goal came against the runner play, again, it reiterates the point I'm saying about us seeing the character of the team tonight come up and on show, because lots of moments were going against us at times and we did not crumble. We kept rising to the occasion and the challenge, and even going a goal down, instantly reacting like 2-3 minutes later. Thiago Silva, beautiful set piece routine, unmarked at the near post, just a beautiful header directed away from goal. That's the world-class experience, and for me, man, give this guy a contract extension. Thiago Silva can play past 40 years old. I think this team needs his experience. Like, his body is still there. He is not that flipping slow, for God's sake. We still play high lines. People talk about Thiago Silva like he's got John Terry pace right now. That is a myth. The guy is a physical freak. We can still benefit from his world-class ability for a few more years to come, in my opinion, But it was great to see that. And then after that, you're thinking, wow, Thiago Silva equalizes, and then we make it 2-1. I have to say that second goal was an example of our game plan, and we're seeing this system that we're using in the big games right now. It's a bit of a mid-block. It encourages someone like the 10 in the team to push up alongside the striker to kind of create like this mid-block 4-4-2. And it does very well in protecting us centrally. It does very well in stopping the opposition, having their defenders find the midfield players. and it does very well in helping us funnel the opposition's attacks out wide. City were trying to find Doku 1v1 a lot of times, trying to find Phil Foden. I think it was more of a battle between Cucurella and Phil. I have to say, I thought Reece James kind of wrapped up Doku, and the fact that Doku had to even do one of the worst dives of the season to try and force something against Reece James just sums up the quality of opposition was up against. And as we knew, Reece James was not ever going to be phased by Doku, no matter how talented this kid is. Bro, against Vinny, against Lau, against the very best in the world. This is one of the best right backs, if not the best right back in European football right now. Doku was going to be nothing for him. So our game plan was working to a T. But again, I guess maybe the moments of maybe inexperience, but also the quality of Man City. Like, let's not forget, we're playing against probably the best club football team in the world. We're not playing against just a team on form like a Newcastle or something like that. We're talking about like European heritage, one of the best, if not the best team in the world. Not many teams have the guts or balls or courage to play this type of way against them, and we wanted to show our quality that we can compete. The stats are going to show, and they're going to reflect a very even game. I think probably the X-Lead, I'd imagine it was actually like very even between both teams in terms of like quality of chances made. This was a performance of guts, of character, of quality as well too. I mean, I can go on in terms of the positives I saw. There were a few negatives. Obviously, I'm not going to lie. I was a bit disappointed with Caicedo in the game today. There was 3 moments in particular. I'm looking at the turn for the first goal when Man City made it 3-2. You know what it comes down to? Listen, I've seen N'Golo Kante for the past 6-7 years. You know, Kante doesn't get done out in central moments like that. He wins those key tackles in those areas. We saw him do that against De Bruyne and City for years in the Premier League. And it happened 3 times for us, Caicedo. For the first goal, second half against Haaland, he doesn't win that key tackle which he should have to kill the move. And then after that, I saw Bernardo Silva do like a beautiful turn to skip past him and to sell him a dream. And then Kovac did the same thing again. And I was thinking, you know, it's a bit harder for Caicedo because he's young, he's quite inexperienced. I think he's got big potential. I don't think he was overrated or a poor signing. He just isn't as good as N'Golo Kante, and he does have maybe a year or two to really just fine-tune his game. Let's hope he works hard, and let's hope he learns how to use his body to not get brushed off the ball, because I'm noticing guys like Connor and Enzo winning a lot more ground duel tackles compared to Caicedo right now, and I think we have to see improvements in those areas. But on top of that, my friends, I saw great performances today. For me, I'd probably say maybe the player of the match might be a surprise to you guys, but I have to say that's Conor Gallagher. I think he is our best midfield player. I think I'm saying that with supreme confidence as a fact. If you can't accept that, then I just don't know what the hell you've been watching this season. Gallagher is our best midfield player. He has been our best mid this season. And again, he was the one that it pushes the team forwards. On the ball, off the ball, kick-starting attacks, getting another assist with his corner to find Thiago Silva at the near post. An absolute general in midfield, you know, forcing shots outside the box. It was his long shot which forced the deflection and the rebound effort for Nico Jackson, you know. We took advantage of committing men inside the box. Things I've been asking to see for a while. And I think Connor was at the heart of everything good in the team today. He's supporting guys on the left, on the right. He's dropping deep to help support the midfield. He's driving us up the field with his runs. He's got an engine for days. And my God, this guy is a warrior as well too. He will get stuck in there. He'll go toe-to-toe against anyone. He is not fazed by any player. And as Pochettino has fully entrusted in him, we're seeing a midfield player now where I actually think there's more upside to Connor's game. And let's see what he becomes like in the next 2 years now, because this guy has some great potential behind his game. And for me, easily, I think our best player today and our best midfield player this season. And that says a lot when you've broken the British record transfer twice now on Caicedo and Enzo. And it's your Cobham grad, that's the one that's stealing the show in my opinion, and making all the key things happen in the team today. So obviously, my friends, it's a very good game. A shame that we didn't leave with 3 points. Of course, we're going to feel like against Arsenal, against Liverpool and now City, we should have got 3 points, 9 points altogether now in those games. But my friends, Rome wasn't built in a day. We still are a work in progress, and we're seeing beautiful positive signs of, where this progress is leading to and the type of team that we are set to become. So my friends, on that note, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm Nini FC. This is BlueLionsTV. I'll catch you guys later with some more videos. So on that note, my friends, I'm EFC. This is Blue Lions TV. I'll catch you guys later with some more videos. I mean, I have to. I'll see you guys later. Cool.